So my mom and I'm visiting my parents right now, and what's today? Every Tuesday they have like a farmer's market, and this guy comes with like fresh fruit and stuff and tries to sell it. And they had pink pineapples, and I've always seen these, and I don't know if there's like any other taste difference, but what's cool is that they chop the tops off because I think they're from Costa Rica. I don't know if they're only from Costa Rica, but these ones are from Costa Rica, and so they cut the tops off so you can't replant them. You could like, there's only like these ones. So we're gonna cut it open while I talk to you guys about some stuff. I didn't meet my parents until I was 21 years old. My biological parents. Sorry if this is shaking. It's hard. Oh my god. Whoa. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. It smells normal. Oh, that's so pretty. So, when you graduate high school, my aunt takes you, you can pick a place in the world, and my aunt takes you there. And a lot of my cousins did cruises who are older than me. Oh, this one's not as pink, but look at that. And I didn't know what I wanted to do when I graduated high school, so I kept the trip and then just went to college. But then in college, I had a cute little identity crisis and was like, you know what? I want to go to where I was adopted from, Vietnam. So we planned the trip, and she was like, do you want to get a private investigator to meet your biological family? And I was like, no, like I think I just want a vacation. I want to take some cool pictures, experience the culture. I don't think I need to have like those answers just yet, but thank you so much for offering. Anyways, I thought about it some more, and I was like, okay, maybe I don't really need those answers just yet, but let's find the orphanage where I'm from. And so we did that. But there actually ended up being 2 orphanages in the town where I'm adopted from, but one of them closed down a couple years ago, or like more than a couple years now at this point. But so we were like, okay, no worries, like we'll just go to the other one by default, because we didn't know which one I was from, but we were like, okay, we'll just go to this one since this is the only one in town. So we planned to be there on Christmas Day, to give them, like we packed like presents, toiletries, just some fun stuff from America to bring over to them. And yeah, so we were like giving that stuff out, and it was on Christmas Day, so I don't really think Christmas is like as big of a holiday over there. So a lot of the kids were still, they were in school, and the kids with special needs get homeschooled at the orphanage, so we got to hang out with them, and that was like a really fulfilling experience just to be back in Vietnam. The whole trip itself was awesome. The first week we did like touristy stuff, and then the second week we're getting to that part. So I'm like, we're getting ready to go because there weren't that many kids there, there weren't that many people there, because it was just like a normal day for them. But I'm walking, I was like, I want to get one good shot of the courtyard where they like play sports and stuff, and I brought my GoPro with me. I didn't have this fancy camera at the time, and I'm walking around the courtyard, and a lady comes up to me, she's like the translator, with this older guy, and they're like, just follow us, like just follow us to our office. And we're like, why? Because we just told them that we were just there to give presents and stuff. And that was it. Like, we didn't tell them, oh, I was adopted from here, or this is why we're on this trip or anything. And we're like, okay. So we just go into this office. We're sitting there, very minimal English. So we're sitting there in silence. And I was just like, I'll just press record. Like, what's going on? And so they pull out this huge red book, and it's like a ledger. I think that's what it was. But it was just like all of their adoption records. And they flipped to a page. I don't even know how they did this. They flipped to a page, and it was my adoption, like stuff. Like there was a picture of me, there was my parents here in America's information, like my household address that I grew up in. Like, it was just so crazy. So crazy. So that was like kind of the moment where I was like, oh my god, like this is the right place. Like we're at the right place. Like, this is where I'm from. This is like the city I'm from, but this is really where I'm from. Like, this is the orphanage that I got adopted from. Insane. And so that wave of emotion hit me like, I don't even know. it hit me hard. It hit me hard like some fictional spaceship train sumo wrestler transformer than any human-made machinery could ever hit someone. And I'm crying, of course, like I'm hysterical because I'm just feeling all of these things, and crying is how that came out. And so then, whatever, we're just like, wow, like this is really it. And then, maybe I should be using the other knife for this. Anyways, and then he goes, you're adopted, or the translator says, your biological family is still in town. They come by every couple of months to drop off new phone numbers, new addresses, new contact information if you ever came back. Like, do you want, like, we can call them for you. And I was just like in shock. Like, I think the first thing I said was like, how old are they? Like, how old is everyone? I just like wanted to know. I wanted to know without maybe knowing too much. And whatever, so I was like, well, you know what, we're already literally halfway across the world. We might as well, like, just, yeah, like, I want to meet them. And then I think, I don't know how long we waited. It felt like forever, but I'm sure it really wasn't that long. 3 people show up on a moped, and it's my biological mom, my biological brother, and one of my biological sisters. And then we all get into a cab and go to their house, like my biological parents' house. And within like a couple hours, everyone was showing up to the house to meet me. And turns out everyone had the photo that the orphanage had of my baby photo when I was there in their wallets, and they had like this little area of the house dedicated to me, just like hoping that I was okay, which is like such an insane feeling. So then from there, I met my whole biological family, at least most of them, and we all went out to dinner on Christmas. Like, yeah, it was a lot, like, and then so obviously we canceled the rest of the trip to spend with them. And it was just like one of the coolest things. It answered so many things inside of me that I didn't know. It also, I could feel feelings that I didn't know I could feel. I can get more into that, but just like, I don't know what to do with this. It was just such a crazy experience of being at the right place at the right time. And on Christmas, nonetheless. So, yeah, turned out I'm one of 11. And my parents, I think, are 87 and either 60 something or 70 something, and I'm the youngest out of the 11, so that's a little bit about me. I thought the story would take longer than to cut this, but let's try it. Let's see what this tastes like. I don't know if it's because I waited because I wanted to make sure it was ripe, but it's not like as acidic. That is so good. It's not that like sweet soury. Let's try the core. Oh wait, that wasn't a core piece. This is the core. That's really good. It's different. You can still, if you blindfolded me, I would still be able to tell this is a pineapple. But we paid $12 for this. Well, my mom got it for me. Because we went to the farmer's market and just didn't see anything. I wanted strawberries, but I guess they're like not in season. But anyways, when I met my biological family, the first thing, oh wait, one of the main things I remember was just like, they were just so kind of sorry in a way, but it obviously like all ended up working out, but because they didn't know where, it was a closed adoption, so like they didn't know where I ended up. They didn't know, you know, who was taking care of me, the life I lived, the the sports I did, if that was even like a thing that crossed their mind. But I still am very grateful. I grew up in such a loving home here in America, with opportunities that I never could have. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's like lawn work going on. But I grew up, and to have the opportunities I probably could not even imagine if my life were any different. But yeah, forever grateful for that experience. It answered a lot of questions within me, but it also probably gave me like a million more that I'm still navigating. It feels like it just happened, but at the same time it feels like it happened forever ago. And yeah, every Christmas since then has just been very weird for me, and I'm still navigating that. But it's also like, how many people get to say that they accidentally met their entire biological family on Christmas in a foreign country when they're supposed to be on vacation. And knowing that I have 2 sets of families that love me and want the absolute best for me and support me and want to see me achieve my dreams is like such a privilege, and such, like, I'm sweating so much, such I don't know, I'm just very, very lucky to have that. So that's a little about me, and that's how you cut a pink pineapple.